The execution game plan, from zone to trade. Welcome back. If price action lies exposed, shocking truth, why 97% traders are loser, rewired the way you see the market, this will sharpen the way you act in it. Because most traders don't lose due to a lack of knowledge, they lose because they don't know how to execute what they know. The problem isn't that they haven't heard about change of character or liquidity sweeps. The problem is, when price is moving fast, and the chart is alive, they freeze, they guess, or they jump in too soon. This video will fixes that. We're building your execution game plan. The checklist. The live action flow. The exact steps that turn your understanding of the market into a surgical entry, not just once, but consistently. This is where instinct is replaced with precision. Let's begin. The multi-timeframe blueprint, seeing through the chaos. Before you take a trade, you need a map. Not just any map, a hierarchical structure of the market across time frames. Because price isn't chaotic. It just operates on multiple layers. Smart traders know how to read the entire stack. The mistake, most traders pick one time frame, and stay stuck in it. They see a bullish 15 minutes chart and go long, only to get crushed because the 4H was bearish and just tapped a supply zone. The correct approach, think in top-down order, start with the high timeframe structure, 1H, 4H, or daily. This tells you the dominant pressure. Zoom into the mid timeframe, 15M or 30M, for confirmation zones. Drop into the entry timeframe, 1M, 5M, only after high timeframe has context and price is near a zone. Ask yourself, are we near a valid unmitigated zone? Has liquidity been swept? Is the structure clean, or overlapping? You're not just reading a chart. You're scanning a battlefield. Where are the traps? Where are the footprints of smart money? Zone selection, don't just draw boxes, mark intent. Let's destroy another lie. You do not need 10 supply or demand zones on your chart. More zones equals more confusion. More confusion equals more hesitation. More hesitation equals more mistakes. Here's what works: identify the last valid decision point before an impulsive move. Check, did that move break structure or sweep liquidity? Confirm, has that zone been mitigated or is it still fresh? If a zone hasn't been touched, and it caused either a break of structure or a liquidity grab, that's your gold. Most traders get lazy. They mark every imbalance they see. But price doesn't care about your imbalance unless there was intent behind it. Train your eyes to see intent. That's what the banks do. That's what hedge funds wait for. They're not trading random blocks, they're reacting to zones where major decisions happened. How to know a zone is alive, and when it's dead. This will save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. Not all zones are active. Some are already used up. If price has touched the zone and moved away once, that's mitigation. If it's touched it twice, you're late. If it's tapped it 3 times, it's bait. Rules to filter zones: fresh is best, untouched equals clean intent. 1 touch is ideal, high probability reaction. 2 touches, watch with caution. 3 touches, skip it unless there's extreme confluence. Zones aren't magical. They don't last forever. Once institutions have filled their orders there, the game moves on. Don't be the trader chasing leftovers. Entry confirmation: how to execute like a surgeon. This is where most fail, because they're either too early, or too late. Let's build your entry checklist, step by step. Your entry flow: 1. Price approaches the zone. You're watching now. Not entering. Just watching. Liquidity is swept. Above a recent high or below a low. You see the spike. Now you pay attention. Change of character on the lower time frame. A break of internal structure showing the shift in control. This is not optional. It's your green light. Strong confirmation candle. Engulfing? Rejection? Momentum reversal? Wicks of rejection. Context matters. One candle doesn't mean reversal. But one candle after change of character is evidence. Clean risk placement. SL goes just past the invalidation point. Not random pips. Not just in case. Logical risk. Target selection next internal structure. Opposing zone. Liquidity pool. Always go for 1 to 3 risk and reward or more, or don't take it. This is precision. This is patience. And this is what 95% of traders skip. Advanced psychology, why you freeze, and how to fix it. Now let's talk about your mind. Because even with the perfect plan, you can still sabotage your trades. Why? Because when money's on the line, your brain stops thinking logically. You see a zone, you know what should happen, but you hesitate. Or worse, you FOMO into the move before confirmation. This is what smart money counts on, emotional traders reacting to candles like it's a slot machine. Let's expose the truth, the market is designed to hypnotize you with price movement. The flashing candles. The spike in volume. The big red or green bars. All of it is meant to trigger your fight or flight system. That's why you click early. That's why you widen stops. That's why you revenge trade. Your fix. Predefined rules. Wait for your checklist. Never take a trade that doesn't make logical, structured sense. Journaling. Relentlessly. After every session. If you're not journaling your trades, you're not improving. You're guessing. Risk control, trading like a bank, not a gambler. Institutions don't care about one trade. They care about probability over hundreds of trades. But retail traders? They risk everything on one signal. This is the truth, if your setup isn't worth 1 risk with a target of 3 reward or more, skip it. If your trade doesn't align with structure, sweep, change of character, and candle confirmation, skip it. If you can't explain why you're in the trade in one sentence, skip it. Because here's the rule, if you wouldn't take this exact same trade 100 times in a row, you probably shouldn't take it once. Risk control is not about being scared. It's about being professional. 1% risk per trade. Calculated stop. Never overleveraged. Never exposed emotionally. That's how you survive long enough to win. Exposed, why most Forex educators never teach this. Let's be honest. Most of what's taught online is designed to keep you dependent. Why? Because real edge is simple, but not easy. It can't be sold in a flashy course. It requires discipline, experience, and screen time. But the fake gurus don't want that. They want you confused. They want you addicted to their signals, indicators, and $2,000 mentorships. Here, you're getting the real stuff. For free. No gimmicks. No hype. We're giving you what the industry hides, institutional logic. Liquidity flows. Real-time confirmation. Execution mastery. This is why this content hits different, because it's built to make you independent. Not to trap you in an ecosystem. Not to sell you fantasies. We're building traders. Not followers. Final word, from understanding to mastery. Now you know how to execute. No more hoping. No more guessing. From zone selection to confirmation. To risk control. To emotional regulation. You've got the blueprint. Now the work begins. Rewatch. Journal. Backtest. Drill it until it becomes muscle memory. Because real trading isn't loud. It's quiet. It's focused. It's structured. And it's done by those who prepare when others scroll. Stay sharp. Stay patient. And when the setup comes, strike with precision.